sometimes.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, you imported your character? Okay. Dude, it was so nice for the first 2 years. You could like switch back and forth, and then like when they cut it off, you had to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in another raid right now, so I'm not sure what's happening. We'll I'll see if I can find somebody else to fill us in if he's tied up.
The echo.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, if you have a stream, then you'll get a bit of an echo sometimes. Maybe he's trying to get higher than 365. Okay, well, we can open the door.
With 5.
With 5, yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't we kick this off, and I'll see if any of my friends show up while we're waiting.
Okay.
So this is QSIF's first ever raid. So I'll
Yep.
run through it kind of. We'll kind of run through instructions. And then Niabus. How do we call you? Niabus. Okay. Niabus has got the Zamboni, no clears yet. Hans and Joe look like you guys both have a couple clears, and you know what you're doing mostly.
2 clears and mostly no. Yeah.
Okay. So for this first encounter, we're gonna drop in. I'll take us down, and as long as you don't touch anything, nothing will happen.
Alright, that works.
And for a lot of the raid, what we'll do is we'll break into 3 groups: left, right, and center. So for the first encounter, it's that way as well. So there's a left, right, and center station.
Okay.
And I'll give each of you assignments. So there will be one person each kind of guarding the power spot, and there's a voltage eater that comes out who tries to drain the power. So you'll be guarding a point. So three
So it's
of
kind
us
of
will
like
guard
the
a point, and
beginning of the Vault of Glass, right? The beginning of that one.
kind of, yeah. So there's
Okay.
3 spots you have to guard,
I got what you mean.
and
now.
there'll be
Alright.
2 runners.
Okay.
There'll be 2 runners. The runners will run around collecting light. Like there's like a patrol mission that a lot of us had that you have to kind of like gather light to like
For the
uh,
yeah,
like
there's like
speed
that.
through
Charging up one.
Yeah, that Red Bull
Yeah.
event thing.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, exactly. So it's that same mechanic. So you need to charge up 4 lights and then go slam it at the power station after you charge up 4.
All right.
And that's the base mechanic as the boss and as the ads are kind of shooting at you. Once you do that a bunch of times, the 2 runners charge up the power stations. The power stations will start dropping Siva balls, and we'll get real familiar with Siva balls throughout this raid.
Okay.
So we'll pick up the Siva balls, and you pick them up by using your action button. That's X by default. It's the
Right.
button you use to get on your Sparrow or open doors. You pick them up and then you throw them at the boss. You throw them using the melee button, which is your right bumper
Right.
by default. And it's like throwing a football. So you'll
Right.
throw the Siva ball at the boss until his shields are down, and then you'll hear us call out DPS.
Right.
You'll switch to a sniper or, a medium long range primary, and take the boss's health down. And we'll do a few phases of that, maybe 3-4 phases, till the boss health low and he teleports away, and then we'll have finished this encounter. That's opening the door.
All right.
That generally
So-
makes sense?
Yep. Where would you like me to be?
Let us put.
Hans usually runs
Um,
left.
How about? Yeah, Hans, why don't you defend that left
Yep.
power
Yep.
station?
I got it.
And Joe, why don't you defend that right power station? And then Qsif. Well, GT will take the center station, right? So I'll have Qsif and Niabus. I'll have you be my runners if you're comfortable with that.
That works.
So the Qsif and Niabus. That way you don't have to kind of worry about killing a bunch of stuff. All you have to do is run. So you see these like white glowing towers of light.
Right. Yeah, I see
These are the things when you run through them, you'll pick up voltage. And so Qsif on right side, once you watch the bottom left text on your screen, it'll say you'll get max voltage after you pick up 4 of them.
Right.
You'll come over here and you'll slam at this station using your X button. You'll hold down the X button and slam it there.
All right. That works.
It's like the relic in King's Fall.
Yeah.
And then Niabus, you'll run on the left side, and
With me.
your station where you're gonna slam it at this station over here. So Niabus, way up there. So when you're running around, once you get to max voltage, you'll slam in this circle down here.
Is there a Siva cluster on top of that container?
I see.
Okay.
I see something blinky red. I
There's a
don't know what
blinky
that is.
red. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Got all excited there for a
The
minute.
Q7 and Niabus, you'll want to roughly split the map in half and not overlap each other. Because if you steal light, then you're gonna screw a guy. So as you're running through that light, you have a certain time limit to get all 4 of yours. If you don't get 4 within your time limit, you'll die. Not a big deal. It's not a darkness zone.
Right.
They'll just respawn in 5 seconds. Yeah. That all make sense?
Yep. I'll get the gist of it.
Okay. So just 2 runners. Yeah, GT will take center. Joe will take right. Hans will take left. And so, general raid rules. It's super helpful to refer to yourself in the third person because we don't know each other's voices. So if you die, say, hey, Hans went down, or GT's down, or Yusuf res in like 5 seconds or whatever. Okay. So we'll give it a shot. This encounter is That's all there is to it. So.
And there's no damaging the boss on this encounter.
Right.
There's
correct?
damaging the boss after you get his shields down
With the Siva
with
bombs.
those Siva
Okay.
bombs. Yep.
But you can't shoot him.
Right.
Nope. After you take a shield down the Siva bombs, we'll say DPS, and then you can shoot them.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Okay, we'll give it a try and see how it goes.
Alrighty.
Okay. It's not super tight on time. You have a fair amount of time to screw around if you can't.
I believe it's 15 seconds
yeah.
for the charge time.
No, Joe, you're gonna cover the power station on right. So take care of the voltage eaters and the ads.
There's going to be a voltage eater, which is like the end of the big shank strike. It's going to come out of one of the doorways over there, and it's going to try and lower the voltage. So you want to make sure you take that out.
Yeah, so Joe, the sketchiest part on right side is the snipers. You'll get a bunch of vandal snipers that are up high. I'll try and help you out, but that's kind of the sketchiest part. So just kind of try and stay around cover. Alright, runners Kusif and Naibus, whenever you're ready, whenever one of you steps into that light, it'll start the encounter.
Yep. I'm ready whenever.
Oh. There we go. You'll see the boss come in. There's a big bad boss guy.
Okay, I think I fucked up already. I don't know what happened.
Okay.
I had ×3 and I had 7 seconds left and it was gone. It just kind of vanished.
Alright. Just come back and start over again.
Alrighty.
Voltage eater out left. Voltage eater's down left.
Alright, there's the balls. Grab those balls. Turn that boss up.
Do it now.
Yep, I'm at the boss.
TPS.
Yep, if you have a ball, throw it. If you don't have a ball, shoot him in the face. Alright, that's it. Now we go back to running around and those light.
Axis has moved. Not Axis. He's moved to the left side.